Okay guys, so I couldn't go to sleep, not without trying to find out what was going on, what was bugging the system and why it kept crashing. Um, I did install quite a few mods recently today, or early hours this morning, and it only seems to be since then that it was a crashed desktop. I couldn't remember exactly what it was I installed out of all the mods. Probably stupid thing for me to do rather than install maybe one or two, test run it, install another one or two, and I just got that many mods. So what I decided to do, go into my community folder and I've just wiped it completely clear. I'm going to start afresh. I'm going to have a look at the different mods that are out there, and obviously I'll have a look at YouTube, see if people have reviewed the modifications on there and see if they're having obviously any problems with it. If they seem like they're having a smooth run, then I'll basically install it. I know some liveries that you can get, they have problems in where you've got your clocks in front of you. So if you look at them too, they don't show up, they don't work right. So obviously there's some code in there that needs to be done. If I was into that sort of thing, obviously I'd look at it and code it myself at my end and fix the file, but I don't know what the coding is, so that's not my thing. If it is that I install a mod, obviously, and find out which mod it is that I do, obviously I'll let the guys know, the people who have actually created the mod, so obviously they can adjust it and get it working. Maybe it's something that they're already working on and just want to put it out there so people could have the mod a little bit earlier. Obviously I would personally myself would prefer to have the mod working right. So yeah, I've been flying now for just over half an hour, 45 minutes. Um, Literally within probably about 5 minutes of me coming off, I was like, yep, no, gotta just wipe it clear and get it sorted. So if I just jump the map back in, we've flown from Heathrow Airport, and we are, oh, jumping it back out. So we've flown from Heathrow Airport, and we are heading up to Glasgow. No, it wasn't Glasgow. I actually decided to go a little bit further. EGPK. Can't remember what that was now. Let's have a look. I'm sure. Ah, yes, it was Glasgow Prestwick Airport is where we're actually heading. So it is in Glasgow. And everything seems to be running smoothly at the moment. So I've just opened up a page, I put EGPK into Google, and at the very top of Google it comes up with www.egpk.com, and when I click on that it opens up a blue page with like a plan of the airport on a blue background. Now won't let you click on the map itself and do anything, but at the very top it says home, date, archive photos, so you can click on any of them. You can look at the weather, airfield information, taxi charts, ramp charts, spotting information, arrivals and departures, and it opens up quite a number of details. I hope it's even giving us here for, let's have a look, the runway 3/21. So it's got 4 runways, or 2 runways, number either side. 3/21 and 13/31. Gives you all the different types of surfaces, gives you the dimensions of them, if it's ILS or not, and you've even got a PCN number. Looks like you've got your tuning stations on here for TWR, ATIS, radar and app. And it sounds like my plane's doing its random thing. So yeah, we've got quite a few things on there. Taxi chart obviously lets us know. I can zoom in on it. Obviously you can't see this because I'm locked into my game. But obviously it gives you your taxi letters, places where you can go, where you've got to go taxiing. Come back out of that one. And gives us a ramp chart. Let's go into that. So looking on here, we've got your taxiways R2, PM, N, GF, and obviously you've got GH areas where you can park. As you scroll down, you've got your main apron. You've got A side and B side, and you've got your gate numbers there, or ramp numbers there. Scroll up to the top of the airport. You've got your SAR apron and hangar, section F. And then you can go down to the E apron. So yeah, it's got quite a detailed information for this chart. First time I've actually seen this and actually flown to this airport. And then we've got live arrivals and departures. Unfortunately there is no movement at the moment, so it's probably just a little bit too early in the morning. It is 6:20. Whether that's going to be kicking in shortly or not, I don't know. So we'll close that down. And let's go back to where we are. Oh, somebody to our left and right. So yeah, we're probably just shy of halfway. So probably in the next 5 or 10 minutes we will be halfway. Let's pop that window back out. As you see, we got a lovely view there outside. Not that you can see much. Let's jump to a wing view. This is a wing view that I've set up myself. Quite a bit of flex on the wing there. I do like the physics on this plane. This is the A320neo, basically back to the basic standards, using flight simulator livery. Like I say, I've got no livery modifications or nothing. There's me on the right, supposedly, and my co-pilot on the left. Looks like there's a little bit of turbulence. Let's have a look at the other wing view. This is one sitting right behind the wing. So as you can see, we've got the effects of the engine coming from underneath the wing there, with a little bit more flex. View 7 is just out the left side of the pilot's window. 6 up the front. Nice view looking down there. A bit cloudy today, it does look like cold outside up here. That's the right engine. Now unfortunately, to get this view I've had to set the camera just outside the plane. And that's it for the views by the looks of it. Yeah, that is it for the views. So we'll jump back to the cockpit, center up, and it's literally just autopilot at the moment. I know that when I get closer, obviously I need to start to descend when I'm probably about 120, 130 miles from the airport that I'm heading to. So we'll probably start to descend looking here at point Delta Charlie Sierra. Ready to come in towards the airport. Now I have set myself a landing gate. I can't remember what it was, and I can't remember. I'll bring it up on the chart down here. For all I've literally got, I can't even zoom into the airport. It's not giving me a shape or nothing, but it'll tell me what runway to come in, as you know, anyway. So it's weird because when I get closer, it usually does bring up the airport, but I do know I can go to that chart on Google, and I can obviously have a look at it that way. So let's have a look. So we've got about 150 knots. Autopilot's just steadying that up with the auto throttle, and we're sitting. Yeah, we've dropped a bit. We should be sitting at 14,000 feet. So there's a little bit of turbulence at the moment. We've lost a. Looks like about 40 feet. So it's not too bad. Flew one last night, or early hours. Yeah, early hours yesterday, and I think I just dropped about 200 foot. And we're looking good. We're coming up to point ULSAX, Ulsax. We've got a plane to our left heading towards us. Good job. I'm going to go past him because it looks the way he's heading at the moment. He could T-bone us, but we should plenty past, and I don't know his height, so it's probably about 10 miles out in that direction somewhere. Without putting my proper map on. Let's have a look. Where's my VFR map? Unfortunately, because I've uninstalled all the mods. Ah, there he is, just at the top of my screen. If you look where that arrow is, he's just there. Coming up to the point of the arrow. Yeah, he's quite a distance. Lovely view. Jump back inside, have a look how our altitude's doing. Yeah, we're back up again. Coming up to Point Pol. Then Bamep, Settle, Olpop, and Hypnox. So that's what we've got coming up next on the points. And we're just flying over. Let's have a look on my maps. Track me flight. Todmorden in the UK. Coming over the northwest England border. We'll have Burnley on our left hand side. And then the Forest of Bowland. Straight over the Lake District National Park we'll go. Just after Lancaster. And we may see the Robin Rig offshore wind farm. Never seen that. Over some water. back onto line dry land again, and coming over Del Mellington, and then very shortly we'll be into Prestwick. Let's have a look at the runway there. There we go. Glasgow Prestwick Airport. I will assume I will be landing on runway 12 or 30. Reason being is that is the longest runway out of the two. Hopefully they give me runway 30 to land on with IFR, only because that'd just be easier for me rather than having to go past the airport, circularize around to come back again. I mean, I'm not a professional pilot, but so you'll have to excuse the lingo that I use. And looking here, Prestwick Golf Club is right next to the airport, so maybe once I've landed, shut down, park the airplane up, might go for a game of golf. So let's find my plane again on here. Follow. Looks like my map's disappeared. And for some reason it has completely disappeared. There we go. It's back up again. Another plane to our left there. So this is the water that I was on about we'll be flying over. Back onto land and into the airport. Just there. Looking at the speed we're going, we are definitely over halfway. Pop that out. Lovely view. I mean, absolutely fantastic graphics now with the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. Last one I played was back in '95 when I first got it, when I first got my PC. Old IBM. Didn't play it online or nothing like that. I don't even know if you could at that time. Possibly could. But it looked flat, and when you went down to the ground it literally was, you know, flat with a few hills, but nothing like this. Looks like my wing and engine's defrosted as well, because a bit earlier on it was a bit frozen. So it looks like it's warmed up as we've come earlier into the morning. And when I did take off it was completely pitch black. At least we'll be landing in the daytime.
Manchester Center ICD 84151 Heavy requesting vector to next waypoint. Eyes 84151 Heavy continue to all pod turning and following heading 005 resume on navigation.
005? Well, I'm not heading 005.
Continue to all pod turning and following heading 005. Proceed on course ICD 84151 Heavy.
005 could be the heading. I'm actually heading out of there, so I actually haven't got any maps or charts in front of me that have got any of the readings on the ins and outs of each point. So that turbulence is steadied down now. We're sticking very good at 14,000 feet. But yeah, I'll definitely get the A32NX developers one, just because you do get the tablet here, and I do like that plane. I do like the A320neo. Again, it's just a shame that it hasn't got the tablet there, so I'll look into that. I've just recently purchased the Piper 3. That's got a tablet, little tiny, I think it's about a 7-8 inch tablet for the iPad that you click up on the steering wheel. So let's request to come down. We're at 14,000, so come down to 10,000.
Manchester Center IC 84151 heavy. Request 10,000 feet. Flight 84151 heavy descent and maintain 10,000 feet. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet ice 84151 heavy.
Okay, so we've had clearance to come down to 10,000 feet. We shall do that. This is where, when we come down, it should keep me at about 250 knots still, whilst bringing me down. If not, then I'll do the vertical speed, and that can bring me down that way. Come down to 230.
Flight 84151 heavy, please expedite your descent to 10,000 feet.
So vertical speed minus set, yeah, there we go. And we're looking good. Now, I've got two options, obviously. I will be moving into a bigger room with my PC and everything at some point in the next couple of months. At that point, I'll have a bigger area, set everything up on. I love flying these planes. I love flying the A30. The A320 is a fantastic plane to fly. It's very easy to use.
Heavy, please expedite your descent to 10,000 feet.
I like the Boeings, 737, 747, 787. I do like the Boeings. I really want the A380 to come out. I do like the Airbus ones. They are pretty easy to use, and same again with the Boeings. At first, obviously, it was quite daunting. They weren't too easy. I think it's harder to do the cold start than it is to actually control the autopilot. I mean, that's my opinion anyway. The autopilot for me is so easy. My next stage of learning is obviously all this, and that is a lot of learning. I can't find it easy at the moment, but I've not really looked into it properly. So we'll give that a good go. But the problem is, what we're finding at the moment is there's buttons that don't work. Click airport, it doesn't work. I don't know if it works in another screen. I know nothing in regards to that. So I have heard that there's an app that you can buy. You have to purchase a subscription. That gives us full functionality. But that again is something at a later date to look into. But yeah, sorry, as I was saying, I like flying the Cessna. That's another nice plane that I do like flying. But obviously, I can only go one way or the other when I set up the sim rig. At the moment, it's the Thrustmaster Chi Hot SX that I'm using, which is a fantastic one. You know, it's about, you get them between 60 and 80 depending where you look at and where you shop. 12,000. Yeah, come on, I'm going down. I'm going down. Um, but obviously, I will get the flight yoke. I'm looking at the honeycomb. Um, but with this, obviously, if I'm going to fly Airbus, I won't be looking at the honeycomb. I'll be looking at the throttle and yoke for the Airbus, and then I'm going to build my own dash similar to this with all the proper stuff. The alternative one that I'm looking at is the Cessna. Um, Cessna 172 isn't the other one that I fly. So I really don't know which way to go at the moment. We'll have to see. Ooh, hey up, he's picking up speed. Okay, we're down to 11,000. 10.9. 10.8. We are getting there. And 10.7. 6. Halfway. 3. I say halfway. We're more than halfway. I was thinking from 11,000 to 10,000. We were halfway. What's this? 12,909. 1,100. Is that my descent pattern? My height? 3,450. Okay, so I've dropped a little bit low by looks. So it looks like it's got my altitudes at what I should be at each point. I'm dropping to 10,000 now. At this DCS point, I should be at 12,900. So yeah, I'm a little under, a little low, but if they want me to go higher, they'll obviously let me know. And we are there. So our next speed, I'll set it up, but I won't confirm it yet, is 9,100. 9,100. I'll confirm that very shortly. So because we're starting our descent now, just slow the speed down a little bit. There we go. That's confirmed, so there we go. Now, yeah, like I say, normally you'd have charts here, you'd know what your descent rate would be, how many feet per minute you'd be dropping. That I haven't got a clue, so I'll just keep an eye on that because I might have to just drop a little bit quicker or a little bit slower at points. But we're just coming up to the DCS point now where we should technically be at 12,900. But if I can hit 9,100 by the time we get to Ripno, That'll be good, because we aren't far off now. We'll be coming over some waters very shortly. Okay, so we're at the DCS point, and we shall descend to 9,100 using that. Here we go. So yeah, we dropped pretty quick there. I'm probably dropping a bit too quick, but as we say, I was a couple of thousand feet under what they did expect, so.
Ice 84151 heavy, you are 500 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. QNH 29.905.
So I'll have to request just to drop to 1,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Ice 84151 heavy.
I'll request decrease my
Manchester
altitude
Center
by
IC
1,000 feet.
84151 heavy. Request 9,000 feet.
Fortunately, you can't do increments of
Ice
100
8415
with
1 heavy
ATC
descent
on
and maintain
Microsoft
9,000 feet.
Flight Sim, unfortunately.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Ice 84151 heavy.
You can only do increments of 1,000, so
Ice
I'll round
8415
these
1
up.
heavy climb and maintain 9,500 feet.
Uh,
Climb and maintain 9,500 feet. Ice 84151 heavy.
that's a new one. She's asking me to do something totally different. There is going to be a point where I'm literally just going to have to ignore ATC because they're going to bring me on into the runway probably on the side rather than straight in, how they should be. Even though the plan was that, she never follows it. So I'll have to do another request decrease altitude. Let's see if she can bring me a bit lower.
Manchester Center IC 84151 heavy. Request 8,000 feet. Ice 84151 heavy climb and maintain 9,500 feet. Expect 8,000 feet. Descend and maintain 9,500 feet. Expect 8,000 feet. Ice 84151 heavy.
Okay, so it's literally gone off the chart. This is where it can start playing up sometimes.
I-8415, one heavy, you are 47 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Expect
I
ILS
don't
runway
think so.
30 approach via Summit transition. Clear to Summit. Climb and maintain 14,000
I
feet.
don't
Expect
think
ILS
so.
runway 30 approach via Summit transition. Clear to Summit. ICE-8415, one heavy.
I need to descend to 5,650 shortly.
And maintain 6,000 feet. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. ICE
Wish she'd
8415,
make her mind
one
up.
heavy.
So we're off to 6,000. That puts us 350 feet above our actual height.
ICE-8415, one heavy contact. Scottish Centre on 119.875. 119.875 for ICE-8415, one heavy. Scottish Centre ICE-8415, one heavy is at 8,900 feet, descending 6,000 feet. ICE-8415, one heavy Scottish Centre, continue to summon as planned. QNH 29.905.
So they wanted us to come into a runway 30. I don't think I can bring theirs up. I think it was runway 30 I was hoping to get. What was it? EGPK. EGPK. And let's have a look. Taxi. So zoom in. Yeah, runway 30. So it's basically bringing us in the side that I wanted to come into, which is good. So it's just slightly off to the left when we come in. Looks like we'll be coming in right over a farm. Straight over the A77. It's quite close to the runway, so we will be low. And there we go. We've hit, well, less than just under 6,000 feet, but it'll bring us back up.
requesting vector to next waypoint. ICE 84151 Heavy, continue to swim and turning and following heading 010.
Beautiful view.
Continue to swim and turning and following heading 010 ICE 84151 Heavy.
Right, let's have a look. So we've got to be at 3,450 and we're at 6,000. Now I can't do 50s unfortunately, so I'll come to 3,400. And that's going to be it basically, nearly.
1 Heavy, contact Prestwick approach on 129.45. 129.45 ICE 84151 Heavy.
Now I don't know what turning approach mode on does. I've never looked at it on YouTube, but I'll click it because we are on an approach.
Climbing through 5,600 feet for 6,000 feet.
No, I'm not.
4151 Heavy, Prestwick approach. Continue to swim in as planned. QNH tree 0.0 tree.
I'll get my stick ready because I may have to take control.
ICE 84151 Heavy, descend and maintain 4,500 feet. Descend and maintain 4,500 feet. ICE 84151 Heavy.
So I'll ask to drop another 1,000 feet off that. And it won't let me, ATC won't. I shall do as she's told me. Let's see how good they are, because I know I can bring it down quick.
ICE 84151 Heavy, climb and maintain 3,500 feet. Climb and maintain 3,500 feet. ICE 84151 Heavy.
Okay, so now we're getting closer. We've got a picture of the train. We've gone past the weather layer, but it is clear outside, so we won't see any clouds.
Prestwick approach ICE 84151 Heavy, requesting vector to next waypoint. ICE 84151 Heavy, continue to Charlie India 30 turning and following heading 350. Continue to Charlie India 30 turning and following heading 350 ICE 84151 Heavy.
Okay, so now I'm closer. It's give me the map of the airport.
Contact Prestwick Tower on 118.15 when inbound.
So this is where I need to take control.
Tower on 118.15 ICE 84151 Heavy. Prestwick Tower ICE 84151 Heavy 11 miles southeast, inbound ILS runway 30 approach.
ICE 84151 Heavy, Prestwick Tower. Cleared ILS runway 30 approach. QNH 30.03 wind 2.
So that's the runway there, right in the center of the screen.
Cleared ILS runway 30 approach ICE 84151 Heavy.
Wants me to go to 350.
Ice 84151 heavy cleared to land runway 30. Wind 260 at 15.
Cleared to land runway 30 IC 84151 heavy.
Slightly off. So yeah, definitely doing a manual land. Like I say, I will learn to how to do a autopilot land. Just not today. I mean, one thing I found interesting with the old Microsoft Flight Simulator back in '95 was the fact that, yeah, okay, the scenery wasn't very good. You had different coloured green patches on the ground. I'm a little bit too low. You take off from airports, learn how to take off and learn how to land. That's basically what I used to do. Never used to do flights like this and planned. I don't think the airports were really realistic, to be honest with you. There's the A77. Now somebody landed at an airport on YouTube. No, it wasn't on YouTube. It was on Discord or Facebook. Facebook. And he wanted to know what had gone on. Because all of a sudden... Oh, I just took off. All of a sudden... Oh, wow, that was a bad landing. That's not like me normally.
Ice 84151 heavy contact ground on 118.15.
Going to 118.15.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have safely landed. I do apologise for the bit of rough landing there. It's not usually me. Flaps up. Request taxi.
Pressed with ground IC 84151 heavy request taxi to parking. Ice 84151 heavy taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Kilo Romeo Mike Cross runway 30 Tango Charlie.
So, we're looking at
Taxiing to general aviation
Kilo
parking using
Romeo
taxiway
Mike.
Kilo Romeo Mike Cross runway 30 Tango Charlie Ice 84151
Let's have a look
heavy.
where we're going. Taxi chart. So I've come in there. Kilo Romeo Mike to cross runway 30 TC. see if I can read this right. So I think I'm going to either the G or H apron. I think I requested. Ah, okay. So by the looks of it, I've got to go back down to Mike, across the runway over to Charlie or Foxtrot. So I've got to go back over the runway. Charlie. Yeah, cross taxiway over to Mike, over the runway, taxiway Tango into Charlie. So we turn right down there. Okay. Zoom into my plane. And let's go, do some taxiing, guys. I mean, the quality of graphics now compared to when I used to play, it's so realistic. Absolutely fantastic. Probably should have put my lights on a little bit earlier, but never mind. Yeah, when I come in, I'd flick the button to drop the flaps, because where the button is for the flaps, it's right on the throttle. And how I was holding it, I'd just click the bottom button and drop the flap. And literally coming in, it's because it's dropped the flap, it's just lifted me straight up. Never mind. I'll stretch down to press the spoiler button, and I've caught that, and up I go, try to take off again. So we're nearly coming to the end of this. Taxi down here, shut the throttle off, back across the runway. So it's not that one, it's that one I need. This one. So we're looking clear that way. I can't really see further up the runway that way. And we're looking clear that way. So let's go. The quicker you can get across these runways, the better in real life. And that looks like my guys there waiting for me to bring me in. Or is that just a row of cars parked there?
I-8415, heavy hold position caution, other traffic.
Yeah, there is other traffic as well.
I-8415, heavy continue taxi.
Continue, okay. So I need to go to Charlie, wasn't it? Which is right on my left-hand side. Zurich. Just talking to a guy who was live streaming on Discord, and I just asked him where he's flying from and to. He says Zurich. I don't know if that's from or to, so let's continue to taxi. Let's have a look, see if we can see where my guys are. Don't think they're down there. Them cars really shouldn't be there, but there's nothing I can do about them, so they better get out of the way because they're going to get flattened. This windscreen looks a bit dirty, it needs a clean. Now, by the looks of it, this is obviously not the normal taxiway for these planes, because it seems to be all small planes. But that I didn't know, so this is where I requested to land and park. Don't know this airport, so it is what it is. Good job it's not real life, because I'd probably be getting told off by now from ATC. Yeah, this plane's definitely too big for me coming down here, because I'm following the taxi line and my wing's going to be right. Well, I would say over him, but probably through him. Nope, over him. That's close. Let's just park it up round the corner. So I know I'm not in the right place. So they can bring the steps over to unload the passengers. Won't harm them, do some work. Okay, so he's just come up to request fuel supply and then disappeared again, so Turn sharply. He's parked on the grass, probably a safe bet. Let's head back over to this way because that's where it gave me a request fuel and different things. Around here somewhere. I suppose I could be the shadow on that. That's amazing how it picks up the shadow. I suppose I could be driving around here all day if it was proper. I'll have to get to know some of the airports that I'm flying to. Look into them a bit more. I'm just going to pull up here. And call it a night. I am shattered. Parking brakes on. I don't need to crank. So normal. We have no power. Lights off. Here we go. Off, off. And they're all off. There's a fault because there's no power. And there we go. Flight completed. Total time of flight was 1 hour 7 minutes and 47. It gave me a flight time of about, I think it was 57 minutes at the beginning. So to go over slightly is not bad because obviously I didn't start taxiing until 10 past the hour. Was it 10 past the hour? I can't remember. But right on time anyway is when obviously I then requested a pushback. So from pushback to taxiing, taking off flight, and then obviously trying to find this place of where I need to park. That's obviously added a few extra minutes on there. So for getting back into it myself, I don't think I'm doing too bad. It's just a bit of a rough landing. Probably just need to be careful of what buttons I'm pressing when I've got my hand on the throttle, and that's the downside of obviously having buttons on your throttle, especially where you can knock them. So, but yeah, when I get the proper, if I do get the proper Airbus throttle, obviously there's not buttons on that you can hit flaps and things. There's a disengage autopilot button on it. You've got the buttons on the base, which is fine because that's out the way. And again, if I go to the flying the Cessna side of things, then obviously the throttle on that one, it's got the buttons on it, but not on the throttle that you manoeuvre. So, it'd be a little bit different. So normally it is a smooth landing. It's just sod's law that streaming today with that landing wasn't the smoothest. So, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. There will be many more videos obviously coming up. and hopefully I will slowly get used to more of the systems in the Airbus 320. And thank you for watching. Tune in again soon, and good night.